Music is wild. Anytime, right? I named it Petty Time for the simple fact. Up with the dusty stories. This is Petty Time. Hold on a minute. I got the dusty stories. It's Petty Time. Oh, it is definitely. We getting petty today. Hold on, let me see. Just to turn this music down right now, but we gonna do it. Hold on a minute. We just getting ready because I got some dusty stories for y'all today, bro. What's the name? Dre Michelle with that basketball. Oh my goodness. We definitely got some dusty stories for y'all to hear. My goodness. Matter of fact, the music good. Music cool. Really not even gonna be playing today. Yo, check this out, right? Who is this calling me? Man, hold on a minute. I'm sorry. We on the live right now. But hold on. Let your boy... I'm gonna take this off. Y'all gonna hear it like I heard it from P's World. Shout out to P's World. Cause we gon' first was out the way.
So you mean to tell me that Aisha Howard had a baby by Anthony Edwards out of spite and proceeds to file for child support and submits text messages to the court that you could not pay me to get that information out of me? When are we gonna learn, y'all? I got secondhand embarrassment. So apparently Aisha is trying to get child support from Anthony Edwards in the state of California, and she submitted text messages about how she had to text him that she was pregnant because he was dodging her after, they did what they did. He was not trying to have nothing to do with this girl. And she texted him, "I'm pregnant." And he said, "Okay, get an abortion." Like, crazy. Crazy.
I know the first thing she said, she texted you pregnant. And the first thing you say, "Okay, get an abortion." Oh my goodness. I heard you. Oh goodness. Keep it going.
Not trying to have it. She was like, "Oh no, like you need to learn a lesson." He's like, "I'm not trying to learn a lesson." She texted him and said,
Were you his mama? He need to learn lessons now. How you gonna tell a man that you pregnant and he need to learn lessons now? You are not his mama, ma'am. What you gonna teach him? No. 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 He was not a school teacher. No.
And he said, yeah, I do. This is information you could not pay to get out of me.
I bet he do.
You are 38 years old. Anthony Edwards is 23 years old. At a certain point, are we not embarrassed?
Hold on a minute. 38, 23, 38. We gonna do the math. 33 is 10. 38, what was that, 5? 15-year age gap. The woman older. She gonna get pregnant despite man's protest not to. And then she say she keeping the baby, talking about he need to learn lessons. What is this clown world? I bet they wouldn't do it if they wouldn't get paid. She doing it for the bag. Swear everybody knows she doing it for the money.
I don't understand. Like, I'm 24 years old and I'm looking at this woman like, you're an elder of mine. Why are y'all moving like this? We supposed to be looking at y'all as y'all done been through it, mature, and y'all know how to handle business. And I'm looking at y'all like, dang, like, something isn't right up here. I know a lot of these girls are trying to get these NBA players to secure a bag.
She got me.
But at a certain point, is no one embarrassed?
I've often said, it confuses me.
Hey, for real, dog.
18-year-olds and 35-year-olds thinking the same, having the same talking points.
The same.
The same mistakes.
The
it's
same.
Like nobody's evolving. Now, if you guys don't know what's going on, NBA player Anthony Edwards got a 38-year-old woman pregnant. Now, apparently there's text messages that were leaked. And literally just said Anthony Edwards wanted nothing to do with this woman, but because of she got the baby. She thought she was about to get the bag.
Everybody know
That's what he thought. I'm gonna keep this baby because I'm gonna get the bag. Even though this
old man. That's the first question. Second, you're okay with being embarrassed on a national scale, because I've seen this text between Aisha and Anthony Edwards, and my heart hurts for her because, ew, that man was ignoring you so much you couldn't even tell him about your pregnancy in person or over the phone. You told him through text. The man said, okay, LOL, get the abortion.
Not LOL, get the abortion.
You're not going to get the abortion, and if he doesn't want to be in the child's life, he's going to have to take that up with a higher power. Man said, okay, bye. And you asked Anthony, do you hate me?
Oh my God, hold on. Before we get to him hating her part, after she asking him, boy, I'm still going to have to take it up with a higher power. What is this, church? Oh my goodness. Ma'am, 38-year-old ma'am getting a 23-year-old sir. Ma'am, get the abortion. Look at money. Sometimes money ain't worth it. Sometimes the money is not worth it. Tripping.
I'm guessing he typed yes so fast that it auto-corrected to he.
Not so fast.
Bringing a child into the world that's going to be without a father. He said he's not going to be in the child's life that he doesn't want.
It's set up.
I think it's, first of all, why are you dealing with Anthony Edwards? Anthony Edwards has a reputation. Second of all, that's not your age mate. Why are you dealing with a child? He's literally a child. But I feel like one of these older women, and she's not even older, she's 38, but older than him. I'm not gonna lie, Anthony's trash, but I also think Aisha is trash too for that. Like, oh Lord, I just want better for people, and this is getting ridiculous. Like, it's the same story, just different characters.
Anthony Edwards smashed Aisha and then stopped talking to her, so she had to tell him that she was pregnant via text. He texted back and said, get the abortion. And she's like, you have to learn some lessons. And he was like, I don't want to learn. Like, oh my God, he was paying her dust, y'all. And she still kept the baby, and she's trying to get the max amount of money. So she's talking about that she lives in California when she really doesn't, because California, they make them baby daddies pay.
Lies and fallacy. Talking about she live in California where she know they gonna make him pay, and she don't even live there. Answer me this honestly. Do women even get in trouble for lying in court under oath on paperwork? Do they? Do they get jail time for that? Because I know men get jail time for that. Let the judge think you lying about something. You're going to jail. You're going to jail. That's exactly how it goes down. Do women even get a slap on the wrist for lying? Wow.
On that child support. That girl knows she don't live in California, but she's trying to say she live in California, and he's contesting it. Girl, it's a mess right now. Y'all think y'all be saying something so bad. Y'all are so fake. Well, girl, be quiet. Let me be very clear with my words. Aisha is not a victim. Anthony is not a victim. I don't feel bad for him because she's getting him for child support. Oh, well. These are two grown, consenting adults who made choices. That's what we do. We make choices. He did what he did, and he left that load up in her. And she has the right, because it's her body, to keep the baby or not, whether he wants it or not.
It sounds like after he dropped it off, he ain't had no choice. Yo, let this be a lesson. Don't drop it off. After you drop it off, you ain't got no choice no more. They gonna take you for the ride. You going.
So she knew the consequences of the actions, and so did he. And so she decided to keep the baby, and he said he doesn't want it, so that means that he might not necessarily be there physically. But financially, you're going to take care of your child because you made a choice. What's the problem? Like, y'all acting like we can't laugh about this. Like, well, take the spit out for real. We're literally laughing at the text messages, not the entire situation as a whole. Like, please, stop faking.
I don't know. The text messages are funny, but I might be laughing at the whole situation. I might be laughing at the whole thing. I'm petty like that. We getting petty today.
Missing a point.
So this was her responding to comments saying, "Oh, you're laughing until it's you." Oh, you're laughing at her, but this could be you, right? And I told
could be.
I felt no sympathy
but
for
Edwards.
I felt no sympathy for her. They both knew what they were doing. The only person I feel sorry for is this child. I think
right. I feel sorry for the kid.
Yeah, he's like that.
Right, moment of silence for the kid, for sure. I feel sorry for the kid having to live in the world with his selfish mama who wanted him there because she thought she could get a bag. I heard it backfired miserably.
Knew what she was getting into. You have a bunch of men out there who know their targets but don't care. Right? These rich famous guys, they know their targets.
High earning targets.
Just slinging it. And then you have these desperate, bummy women.
Desperate, bummy women.
what did they say they was doing for Drake? Drake had to put spicy stuff in his condom or something.
Yeah, hot sauce.
They were trying to take the condom.
Crazy.
Men are quick to call women whores based off speculation alone, forgetting that their mother gave them.
Don't talk about my mom. I'm petty today. She's just talking about her own mother. She's just mentioning her own mother. Well, let's see what you got to say right quick.
3, 4, 5 half siblings. Like, you're calling Bree down the block a whore because you heard that she fucked Dre, Brandon, and Sean, but there's proof that your mother gets down and dirty in you and all your mismatched brothers and sisters. The first hoe you ever knew. Yeah, it makes sense. And that's probably why you guys are able to identify when a woman will never be married, because you and all your siblings share your mom's last name, because no one ever put a ring on her finger either.
The deflection is always hilarious.
Okay, the deflection is real.
They be eating. Look at this comment. Black women love to deflect with moms. Both you and my mom can be 3 or 4. Who don't care about my mom? I'm not trying to figure out. You might be right. It doesn't change the fact that you're one of those. You can do all this deflection. Oh, your mom. Are we 14? It doesn't change what you are. You belong to the streets.
To the streets.
People asking, did I know he had 4 kids? Yes. When I met him, he told me he had 4 kids, 3 baby mothers. I know a lot of you are screaming, sis, that's a red flag. I've got a lot of close people in my life that have a similar storyline, and they're good people, so I don't judge people off of that. Children are a blessing, and sometimes they just come in ways that you don't necessarily prefer for yourself.
What? Hold on, what?
Sometimes you just have children.
Wow.
Sometimes you just come in ways that, what the fuck are you talking about?
He's as befuddled as me on that one. He is, yeah, we weirded out because of that statement right there. So weirded out right now. Sometimes they just show up. No, you made a choice for them to show up, ma'am. There was choices made, mainly on your part. Could have got rid of him. Could have went to go Cancun. Oh man, I don't know what to say about that. We getting petty. Speaking of petty, how about we listen to what John Kennedy got to say about the whole Doge thing and the Democrats who want the American people not to get money. Let's see what you're talking about.
Senator from Georgia.
Thank you, Mr. President. I yield 30 minutes of my post-cloture debate time on the vote nomination to Senator Merkley, and 30 minutes of my post-cloture debate time on the vote nomination to Senator Schumer.
The senator has that right.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. President.
Who?
The senator from Louisiana.
Louisiana
Thank you, Mr.
Senator.
President. Mr. President, I have 8 requests for committees to meet during today's session of the Senate. They have the approval of the majority and minority leaders.
Duly noted.
Thank you, Mr. President. With me today is one of my colleagues from my Senate office, Mr. James Shea. He is one of my right-hand people.
Right-hand people?
Great work, and I'm honored that he could join me today.
I thought a right-hand man, player.
Gosh, I don't know where to begin.
Hold on a minute. You want to sit in here and you're going to start off with, gosh, I don't know where to begin. Oh, man. You know what? Whatever he is about to say It's gonna be classic. Let's give Senator John Kennedy the floor.
Senate for 8 years. In dog years, that's 56 years. And it feels like 56 years. I've learned a lot, met a lot of
pets now.
People.
Senate pets.
You know, before I got here, everybody told me about the Washington bubble. And I said, you know, how serious could they be? Well,
they did that. They real serious. They real serious because the Washington bubble is a thing. They do not live on Earth. Please continue.
It's true. There is a Washington bubble. This place is different. It's in its own way, sometimes disappointing, sometimes refreshing. It is deeply weird.
Deeply weird.
For one thing, common sense is illegal in Washington. It's illegal.
Oh my goodness. A senator is up there saying common sense is illegal in Washington. You hear this guy right here. I think the American people have been thinking that for decades. To hear him say it, it's hilarious.
For another thing, I've discovered that this is a town of very frustrated ex-class presidents. And there's a Washington way of doing things. And when things aren't done that way, when somebody challenges the status quo, many, not all, but many of these frustrated ex-class presidents in Washington, on the Hill and otherwise, they get excited, not in a good way.
Anxious, I mean, you're looking for the word anxious.
They can't get their mind around doing anything other than the Washington way. They, some of them, particularly in the media, they go almost catatonic, or the exact opposite. They foam at the mouth, and they really get upset. They can make a Valium nervous. It's like the world, we're not doing things the way we've always done them, and the world's going to spin off its axis. I want to try to put in perspective what many of my Democratic friends have been talking about today. They're very, very, very upset at President Trump. And they're very, very, very upset at Elon Musk.
Yeah, they are.
President Trump ran for president on a number of issues. One of the issues he ran on, he said it almost every day. He said, if you elect me president, I'm going to go through the entire budget and review all the spending, line by line. If I heard him say that
bar by bar.
And that's what he's been doing. He went out and appointed, through an executive order, Elon Musk, who some people like him, some don't, but he's not a dummy. He's a very successful business person. I want you to go through all the spending, line by line.
Now, before Senator John Kennedy continues, I want you to know how bad they've been bad-mouthing Elon Musk for this last year of Biden's presidency. How much they've been dogging on him. How they've been saying he was a transphobe and don't like gay people and all that other stuff. Now, I want you to think of a person who's been told by most of his rich peers that he's a horrible person. He don't like the agenda that they pushing. He don't like the way things are going. And they're going to make his life a living hell. Now imagine that person that's been going through all this crap gets the go-ahead to look through the books, see what they've been spending their money on. Ooh, A person who's been wronged. You get all them people that wronged you, I want you to see what they doing, what they spending their money on, what they spending the people's money on, and I want you to snitch your hardest. I want you to tell everybody. And that is what we got going on right now. There will be no one spared. Nobody.
Now let me ask you something, Mr. President. How are you going to review the spending without reviewing the spending? How are you going to audit?
Also, let me also bring up that, did you know they had a medically, clinically, and obviously blind man as the as the head of the oversight committee during Biden's tenure? Did you know the dude could not see at all? He was blind. Just letting y'all know how all this stuff came about to begin with. Continue.
Spending by an agency without auditing the agency. That's what I mean when I say common sense is illegal in Washington, D.C. That's what Mr. Musk is doing. He's put together a crackerjack team, and they're going through everybody's spending, line by line, item by item.
Bar by bar.
And my Democratic colleagues are very, very, very upset.
Democrats.
They've been very eloquent. They've talked about the process and
the demons. Democrats. The
executive order supposedly violates the Constitution, and they've accused Mr. Musk of having conflicts of interest. And so I've heard people say he's sitting over there with a notepad, copying down everybody's Social Security number, and he's going to go use it to make money. I mean, people in this town, not just my Democratic colleagues, they're really upset. They've never had anybody question their spending.
Never. Never.
But that's what Mr. Musk is doing. But you know, I've listened. This has been going on for a week. People have been screaming like they're part of a prison riot. Oh my God, look at what Musk is doing. He's looking at the spending. And I've listened to people talk about the process and debate whether it's constitutional and discuss how many lawyers can dance on the head of a pin. But you know what? I haven't heard one single person who's upset with President Trump or Mr. Musk talk about what he's found.
Right? They so mad about, how you gonna be so upset about somebody looking about what you spent the taxpayers' money on? But never one time talk about what he found y'all spending the taxpayer money on, bro. It's because you're doing wrong. You're doing wrong. I'm so petty today. We getting petty today. They doing wrong. Look, I'm sure he gonna say it. Itemize this. I'm letting y'all know what they found.
They don't want to talk about the spending porn, the waste of taxpayer money that he's found.
Spending acorns. That's what they call it.
That's the point of all this. I tell you who is interested. The American people.
Right.
The people in America who get up every day and go to work and obey the law and pay their taxes and try to educate their kids and try to do the right thing by their kids and try to save a little money for retirement. And have had to live through 20% inflation under President Biden.
25%.
They understand what Musk is doing. They understand spending porn.
Spending acorns, we call it. Spending acorns. Watch it, we on we on YouTube now.
USAID. That handles a lot of foreign aid for America. American people are very generous. In our country, when you're homeless, we'll house you. When you're hungry, we'll feed you. In our country, when you're too poor to be sick, we'll pay for your doctor.
That's as long as you're not an American.
We spend a lot of money overseas.
As long as you're not a veteran, right?
To help our world's neighbors. And the USAID is in charge in large part of that. But I'll tell you what Mr. Musk discovered. I find it fascinating.
Oh, let's get to the juicy stuff. He putting the glasses on.
That the American taxpayers,
that's you and me, that's us,
are giving money to Afghanistan. To Yemen. He found that we are giving money
I should have left it on.
To Syria. I didn't know that.
Syria.
Some of our foreign aid is going to Yemen, Afghanistan, Syria.
Kazakhstan.
He found that the USAID has 10,000 people.
Oh, there we go.
10,000 people, employees. And every year they give away $40 billion.
With a big
Mr. Musk also found, and I'm not saying that all of this money is wasteful. I'm not.
I don't know. Most of it,
I'm sure,
sounds wasteful.
Good.
Hold on.
That's why
skip 10
he
seconds.
found that the USAID gave money to support electric vehicles in Vietnam.
Electric vehicles in Vietnam,
money. He found that USAID gave money to a transgender clinic in India.
In India? Wow.
Most American people didn't know that. He found that the USAID gave $1.5 million to a Serbian LGBTQ group called Grupa Izladaji. I probably mispronounced that. My apologies.
Probably.
Anyway, they got $1.5 million to, quote, advance diversity, equity, inclusion in Serbia's workplaces and business community.
Literally injecting our literally injecting our ideas into the world. It's crazy.
He reviewed a study and then went and checked it. The study was done by the Middle East Forum. They found that USAID spent $164 million to support radical organizations around the world.
That's kind of vague.
We're not talking Cub Scout troops here. We're talking about radical organizations around the world. They gave $122 million of that to groups aligned with foreign terrorist organizations.
All right, so he is just confirming that America funds terrorists. All right, it's out there.
Our taxpayer money. According to this report in Mr. Musk, the USAID has given millions about that. Recipients of the money, they found, have, quote, called for their lands to be cleansed from the impurity of Jews.
Okay. Well, you can't mess with them now. Hey.
What else? I'm not going to spend my whole time talking about this.
Probably the reason we hate it. Probably the reason we hate it.
Mr. Musk, and he's a mean guy, he shouldn't be looking at our spending. Well, he is. And I kind of find what he's found out interesting.
All right, 10
he found
seconds.
that we gave $20 million to produce a new Sesame Street show in Iraq.
Does it cost $20 million to produce Sesame Street in Iraq? Does it really? I don't know. I'm having an Independence Day moment.
He found that we gave $4.5 million of taxpayer money to combat disinformation in Kazakhstan.
Word.
He found that we gave $10 million, USAID did, of meals to an Al-Qaeda-linked terrorist group called Nusra Front.
Nusra Front. Oh, we giving meals to Al-Qaeda. We feeding Al-Qaeda.
$7.9 million of taxpayer money
to
a project that would teach Sri Lankan journalists to avoid binary gendered language.
What?
The USAID took $8 million and gave it to a bunch of journalists in Sri Lanka to teach them how to avoid binary gendered language. I don't know what the hell binary gendered language?
What is this?
I think I do.
Oh my goodness. Millions.
Why are we talking about that? The USAID gave $1.5 million to promote LGBT advocacy in Jamaica.
1.5 million for LGBT in Jamaica.
To rebuild the Cuban media ecosystem.
Cuban media ecosystem. What is a media ecosystem? Can anybody tell me what a media ecosystem is?
They gave $1.5 million for, quote, art for inclusion of people with disabilities in Belarus. Another $3.9 million for LGBT causes in Macedonia.
Ain't that in Greece? We talking about
$8.3 million for equity and inclusion education in Nepal.
Nepal. DEI in Nepal, huh? That's what we paying for.
And many of my colleagues are upset. They're really mad at Mr. Musk. Hell, I think we ought to give him a medal.
Right? We need to, especially if he's talking about giving us a $5,000 Doge check before the end of February. Every American needs that. I think we need to be paid for all this fraud and abuse in the government that's going on. Shouts out to Elon Musk for uncovering this gross misspending of our tax dollars that's been not only for the last 4 years, but for decades. This is the first time anybody's ever looked at the national spending of tax dollars, ever. And the things we've found is crazy. That's just a few of them right there. It's a petty day. We being petty today. It's a petty day. Give us our money back. We want a refund on all this crap. And be sheep. I'm trying to tell you. Yo, I had time. I hope y'all enjoyed. I had time today. And we got a little petty with it. You feel me? We had a little petty time. So I hope you enjoyed petty time. Cause yeah, I had time today, and we was gonna do some petty time today. I appreciate y'all, and as always, be amazing to yourself. If you got time, be excellent to each other, and y'all tell the government to get your money back. Get your money back. All right. Peace out, y'all. Say y'all want y'all Doge check for real. Give me them 5Gs. I want that Doge